Pizza time.
Hello and welcome to episode 63 of A Pizza My Life, where the toppings are hot, 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 hot. I'm Pizza Eric. With me, of course, Sean Sauce. Sean, how you doing?
Great.
How's your week?
Been good.
That's good.
Yeah. not much to add there, but yeah.
That's good. That's fine.
It's gonna be a quick podcast.
Yeah, there you go. Done.
All right, and that's it. Thank you guys for watching.
That's good stuff.
Our guest this week, returning from episode 30, one of our
Hello.
favorites, Gino Filipino, back on the podcast.
Hey y'all, thanks for having me back. Always a pleasure.
I can't believe it was 30 episodes ago.
Over 30
33,
episodes.
yeah.
Too
That was
many.
almost a year ago.
Yeah, damn.
Too many. We had you back for. It's been overdue to bring you back.
I was after that podcast finished. I was dying to come back, like the next day.
Like how you added the to come back, because I was dying.
Yeah, if you just end it there, it was like, whoa, what
I
happened?
was like, yeah, hold on. We haven't talked to you in a while then.
What happened? No, so last time we had you on, it was last summer. So it was like we were kind of like getting into quarantine, getting into,
Getting out of quarantine.
Well, getting into quarantine, but like really not even knowing how long it was lasting, and just kind of getting adjusted to this new way of life where we have to social distance and all of that.
We're getting out of quarantine. What are you talking about?
Last
Kinda.
summer?
I feel like it's a roller coaster.
Like,
We're
we're
getting
still-
out of quarantine.
I mean,
They opened everything back up in the summer, and then they shut it back down.
Oh, geez, Sean, you're really throwing off my transition here.
Okay.
It was really going smooth, and you just fucked it up.
I was
But
confused.
yeah,
I
we
want to
go,
make sure you knew when this happened.
we go in and out of quarantine, yeah, but like we're still kind of dealing with it. But what I was trying to get at was that
Cut 'em
Gino,
off.
you had like a new hobby that came about from quarantine.
Oh, I do, but I'm gonna start with my first love and my first hobby, which is jujitsu.
All right.
I think that everyone should still sign up for their first class. So, since I was last year, Bar Sakita, shout out.
He's rapping.
I was 160. I'm now 145, and that's from
Oh, damn.
training 5-6 days a week. So just recently I signed up to my first tournament as a white belt. That's going to be May 8th. So before I used to go to class and just be like, I would go like Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, like, oh, this is dope. It's cool to see my friends,
Yeah.
learn stuff. But it's almost like now that I have a date and a goal and objective to get that medal or win first place, it's like, oh, now I want to go to class.
more.
Now
Yeah.
I want to learn. Now I used to. So during this past year, I've been working 7 days a week, 60 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm like, I don't want that extra work on the weekend. I want to go in and train and soak it all in.
Yeah.
But I think an awesome thing about martial arts is the philosophy from it. Like I was rolling with a brown belt the other day, and I was like, I could not. He tapped me maybe 100 times in like throughout the night. And I was like, dude, this is so draining. Like, it's so frustrating. And he was like,
kicking your ass?
yeah, hard. And he was like, don't let it drain you. Let it fuel you. He's like, I'm trying my best against you so you can get better. And I was like, but this guy, his name's Jesse. He always does stuff. He always says stuff like Morpheus and stuff. So, like,
Yeah.
I took that. I always take philosophies like that from class onto life. Like, the next day at work, I had this lazy-ass patient. And then he's like, and he never wants to do anything. And I always complain, and all my coworkers complain about him. But I was like, guys, don't let it drain you. Let it fuel you. Like, let's find a way to get this guy out of bed and do something that he wants to do.
So what did you guys do?
Nothing. He's but I had the drive. Had the drive. He got
had the right
discharged.
motivation.
Yeah, he didn't want to work, so he couldn't stay there. He had to
Jeez,
go.
that's one of the like great things about having Gino back on the podcast is really you don't even need me and Sean here.
Yeah, no,
We've
just let
hit
go.
record. Gino, go ahead and just tell the stories
No.
and let it roll. But I wanted to ask, like, how long have you been doing the jiu-jitsu?
Almost 2 years now. I'm still a white belt.
Okay.
I was gonna ask, doesn't like going from belt to belt take a long time in jiu-jitsu?
Yeah,
more than normal?
and like pending. Like, so they have like a lot of martial art philosophists now like call it like McDojo, where like we've all been to Taekwondo as a kid, where like if you're in for every 2 months you get a new belt.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu is kind of different, where it's like your professor or your teacher, your coach, like you get your belts and stripes accordingly to how they feel you're doing. So like last week, our guy, his name is Master Joe Moyera. He's a G. He is the head of our school. We're based off Moira Jiu-Jitsu. So up to date. So there's black belts, right?
Yeah.
So the next step after black belt is red. And
wait, hold on.
yeah, there's red. So there's red belt, okay?
Yeah.
And that's
You thought black belt was like
I
the
did,
highest.
yeah. You said black belt. I'm like, all right, yeah, okay.
so up to date till today for the existence of jiu-jitsu, there's only been 42
Colors?
No, 42 red belts given out.
Gotcha.
Given out total.
So is
And
that like a
jiu-jitsu's been around
master?
for thousands of years?
Like a
Yeah.
grandmaster?
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So like this guy Joe Moreira is one of those guys. He's a Brazilian.
Oh shit.
His first judo tournament was when he was 9. When he was a teenager, Brazil sent him to Japan to learn judo. He was first a judo world champion
Damn.
in the Olympics and everything. Then he got into the UFC and,
Wow.
and spread jiu-jitsu in America and stuff. So he came in for a seminar this past week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, he taught us stuff. And he gave me my 3rd stripe. I was like, oh, that's so sick. But I'm 1 more stripe away for getting blue.
Okay.
So how
Well, yeah,
far
it's been
away?
so
How
much
many? So how far are you away from that black belt?
Probably like 12 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're still on white. You got blue next, and then I'm.
Yeah, is white the beginner or is there a
white
low?
white is beginner.
Okay.
White
Did
is
you ever do
beginner.
karate or anything as a kid?
I did briefly
Yeah,
as
okay.
like a kid. I don't know. I was like a purple belt or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember.
It is so important, man. I think, and the kids that we have in the kids class are killers. It not only teaches them not to be a bully, but also not to take shit from bullies either.
Yeah.
Like it is just amazing what those kids learn. And like I listen to the kids class all the time, and the philosophy is amazing.
Yeah.
I think everyone should do it.
But you got a tournament coming up now.
Yeah, tournament coming up in Detroit.
And like
I'm
you're actually
pumped.
like going to be fighting like someone?
Yep.
Like really like trying to hurt him?
Yeah, that is the goal. I mean, the goal is never to hurt someone, but
Yeah.
so in tournaments, it's more. Jiu-jitsu is a self-defense martial art, just like most of them. But in tournament style, there is point system. So if you sweep someone, it's 2 points. If you take them down, it's 2 points. If you get full mount, it's 4 points.
Yeah.
If you tap them, it's the match. So
Is this still in like a circular like?
square.
Oh, it's in a square. Okay, so but it's not like with like ropes or anything, right?
No.
Okay, so
Nope.
it's just a square.
Yeah, it's not professional wrestling.
Right. But they should do that too in the UFC. Like I believe they should get rid of the cage.
And do ropes?
And no, just do
Or
open
just nothing?
mat. They've done it in wrestling. They do it in football. They're doing it in basketball. The cage dictates a lot. in a
Yeah, but
fight.
the cage, you see that occasional like person who just
Yeah.
does like a running off the cage jump punch.
True.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
It is.
The cage is there because it adds a little bit of excitement, a little
Yeah.
bit of danger. And
True.
it allows the fans to sit closer.
True.
So that's why UFC is what
But
it
it
is.
also blocks a lot of good views and
That's true.
angles too.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like it's better to just sit at home than pay a lot of money to go.
Oh, for sure. I don't know why you'd spend all that money if you were like in like one of those not even raised seats where you're like bottom, but you're like 15 rows back. You can't
Yeah.
see anything.
Right.
Yeah,
Like you're probably just looking
you're
up
watching
at the scoreboard
yeah,
the whole time.
You're
Anyways.
watching the screen.
Right. But yeah, I just brought that up because before I like going to class, but now I go to bed thinking about it and I wake up
Yeah.
thinking about it
Just got jujitsu on the mind.
all the time.
I like that though. Do you
All the
think?
time.
Do you think if this room was empty right now and it was just the three of us, do you think you could just defeat me and Sean?
Yeah, probably.
No,
Really?
I don't think
That's
so.
the modesty coming in because I
know
think
that's Gino
definitely
just
could.
being nice.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I wouldn't want to hurt you.
That's not true at all. It's who you never know. That's why like through doing martial arts, I don't ever want to fight anyone ever because I don't know what.
Yeah.
I've been tapped by 90-pound girls, like or women or whoever, kids. You just never know what
Yeah.
they know.
Yeah.
Like everyone's a hard ass in the bar until it goes down. And
I'll tell you
like,
right now, Eric and I don't know any like fighting skills, so
Yeah.
I think you'd still beat us.
We are very, very much on the rookie scale.
Like,
It's okay,
I
we'll-
can get a little bit like on skates, but not even like a fight. Like I could just hang out a little bit there.
That's all right.
Yeah.
The objective isn't to hurt you. The objective is to defend myself and then get out of that situation.
There you go.
We'd attack Gino. He'd be out the window so quick. And we'd be like, dude,
Damn, he got us.
it was supposed to be a fight. It was supposed to.
Just had to get out.
That is
was-
the goal. It's just never worth it.
This wasn't even in real life. This was a simulation.
Yeah.
What the heck happened here?
Oh, that's a whole nother
Oh.
3-episode podcast.
This isn't real life. This is the simulation stuff. Trying to get into the Matrix.
Man,
Yeah, it's
trying to
changing.
get out of it.
All right, so but what I was originally getting at though, it was this new hobby that you've taken up in the past year. You wanna go ahead?
Yeah. So when the pandemic first started, I was playing. I blew the dust off my Xbox. I always grew up loving gun games, Halo, Counter-Strike on the computer. We had a Churchill High School clan for Counter-Strike. LAN parties were like the highlight of my life back in the day.
Parties, yeah.
Yeah, get everybody together.
So much fun. But yeah, I was playing Call of Duty, and then I started YouTubing streamers of Call of Duty, and then there was one video that was like, oh, Call of Duty in real life, and it was airsoft. And I was like, oh, that's kind of dope. And then like my brother actually bought me an airsoft pistol for my birthday, and then long story short, I got super addicted to it. I started playing at this place, Motor City Airsoft, who's actually now one of my sponsors.
There you go.
That's why you shot him out.
Yeah, it is fun, but like I enjoy. There's a huge. It's just like real steel. Like each of us can each have the same exact gun, and after a week, it would be completely different depending on what your preference is and what you want to build. But I enjoy buying, selling, and trading the parts and the guns and accessories almost more than playing it. I probably
basically an arms dealer now.
That is what they kind of say to make fun
Gino
of me.
the arms dealer.
It is weird. I'm at a point now where I've made more money than I've spent just doing builds for people. And
Well, that's actually what I was going to ask you is like how much money have you dumped into this and that like you spent?
Lot.
But it sounds like if you're selling them and flipping them and
so
making a profit
like that
here.
pistol right there, just base stock was 200, just stock, and then like for example, that metal slide up top, that's 100. The outer barrel out there is 120. It adds up quick.
When I walked in, I was like, Eric's like, oh, Gino brought some stuff. I looked over, I'm like, oh, Gino brought like a legit fucking gun.
Like we're about to die.
Yeah.
This pistol right here is toning it down. I had like way louder builds,
colors
before.
and whatnot. Yeah.
Like even this frame right here, what it's holding is $230.
Shit.
Just this part because it's made of like light aluminum.
So there's like that big of a market for this?
So you would think not, but like through Airsoft too, there's a lot of YouTubers out there, and they have a lot of subscribers and everything. So I was like, let me try it, but let me try it on an easier level. Like, let me start a TikTok or something just to post stuff.
Yeah.
And like even like Jordan, my fiance, and her, like my friends would be like, "What are you, 12 or whatever?" But then until I showed them my views, like I have 5,000 followers, 1.3 million views on a video, and they're like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
And that's just marketing. Like, hey, come to me, I'll build your stuff cool. But yeah, you wouldn't think that. I never thought about it, but yeah, it is fun. Even my brother, who got me the gun and himself one, he never even came with me or anything. He's just like, "You dork, what are you doing?"
I just got this for fun.
But during the quarantine and during winter, like it was a dope thing to do. Like I was telling them, it's $20 to go for 5 hours, or $30 if you want to go all day. And it's just like
you're
run around,
mask.
sweat, dude. It's a good sweat. You're sprinting around, you're pulling angles. But like I'm sure we all played paintball growing up in the woods.
I played it once.
Yeah, a couple times.
But like I was like, I've always been like a gun enthusiast. So I was like, am I either gonna throw money in real steel, like renew my paintball stuff, or get into like airsoft? And I was like, airsoft's a lot cheaper than paintball and real steel.
Yeah.
And like they're like, well, you're spending that much, why don't you buy a real gun? But it was like, well, you could shoot at your friends.
When you say real steel, that's a real gun.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See,
that's agree, the terms you got to know.
Yeah. Airsoft is more fun because you can actually go out and like do
run
like
around,
the like a little war zone type thing of being like, all right, I'm just gonna go, and like you're not killing anyone.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
get some welts.
That's what I was gonna ask as well. Is why this over paintball? Like, why do you prefer this?
I don't know. I would have gone. I asked my buddies if they wanted to get back into paintball, and they said no. So then I got into airsoft.
Airsoft is what it is.
It was way cheaper,
But your buddy said yes to airsoft. Or they just said no to both, and this is what you chose.
No to both. Where I would, dude, I literally, the first time I went to the field, I went by myself. They had like a Discord that I heard about. Someone gave me the link, and then I slowly built like a rapport on Discord. I was like, all right, I guess I'll try it. I'll come in with my like little pistol. Yeah. And then met the community. Everyone was super helpful, and we were always trying to improve each other's builds and everything. So it's like, oh, this is cool. It was fun.
Yeah. Also, Gino Filipino is such a sick like arms dealer like nickname. Like, hey, I'm gonna go see Gino Filipino give me a nice custom gun right now.
That's true.
It's not even your real name. So you're
That's
just
true.
I'm just saying like that is like such a like sick like
it is
name for it.
It is weird. Like these parts are so expensive because maybe there isn't a huge market for it. So for them to custom mill this stuff is expensive for them. But like I will just get boxes and boxes of stuff, and Jordan will be like, "What is going on?" When I have like 20 pistol parts just lined up. I'm like, I'm selling all these. I was like, I don't know.
I'm making money.
Right. I was like, she doesn't like. It's hard to understand, but it's it just builds up.
You guys still got that wedding coming up, right? You got a wedding to pay for all this stuff.
True.
There you go.
Well, that's why
I've always wanted to be an arms dealer.
Yeah, exactly. I watched War Dogs during quarantine. I was like, shit, that's my stuff.
That wedding will be free, man.
Oh, that's a good movie.
It looks good.
That's
Is
good.
that with Seth?
No, it's with
Jonah Hill.
Jonah
Hill. That's right. Okay.
And Miles Teller.
Yep, Miles Teller in that one. That's a good movie.
It's a great movie.
But yeah, it looks like the thing that throws me off at least, and throws a lot of people off, I bet, is how realistic these guns look
And feel.
feel.
So it is to the extreme. So you could go to an indoor field where you just have a kid wearing sweats or basketball shorts and a basketball jersey. And then you have the other guys.
Crazy move wearing a basketball jersey to an airsoft fight.
You don't wear a basketball jersey to a gunfight.
No. You're going to get welts all up and down your arm. I'm wearing loose clothing to get something to kind of like.
I'm wearing a hockey jersey.
Yes, absolutely.
You're wearing the wrong jersey.
On the other end of the spectrum, you have people who are like big military simulation guys.
So they're wearing like
they're trying to, exactly. They're trying to replicate Swedish special forces to the T, spending like thousands on just their BDUs and helmet and
that camouflage,
like the real everything. Because like I was telling you guys outside, but all the real gun manufacturers also make airsoft things for training replicas, quote unquote, and everything. So a lot of those guys love it. They just love it for training or whatnot.
Damn.
But it's been fun. Yeah. It's been fun. But now that it's summer, I've slowed down a lot.
Stopped on it.
But
You're just fun. A winter's arms. Dude.
Even if I'm like bored, dude, I'll go in the backyard and like just shoot cans and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just fun. Like, who didn't love going to the spree and just like doing the little water pistol thing?
Yeah. It also just makes me think of Big Daddy, where he goes out with the slingshot and comes back and goes, "You're in trouble or not? I don't know. Just go away." And there's just a bunch of dead pigeons all around. Like Gino's just going out, just like shooting a bunch of birds.
His backyard's just a mess. I like the idea that you're like maybe combining like jujitsu and this like hobby, and you're just doing flips around your backyard and like shooting.
That would look sick.
Which is pretty much what John Wick does.
Yeah,
right? He's like putting people in arm bars and like blasting them.
That would look pretty sick if you just started like doing flips around your yard and just like shooting the airsoft gun in between.
Yeah.
Oh, the cops would be called so quick.
Yeah, they'd be like, he might be going on like, I don't know what he might be rescuing someone or going on a killing spree. One of the two is going to happen.
Training for something.
Someone maybe stole his child. I don't know.
This could be a situation.
Yeah.
It is fun.
We need eyes on this.
Yeah. It is fun. But yeah.
I hear they call him Gino Filipino. So
that's him? Yeah. He's got a street name.
Is it your alias in the police database? Gino Filipino, arms dealer.
Right. You gotta knock twice and go, cha.
Yeah, there you go.
What's the password?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I've been keeping myself busy with that, man. And like, even if we're just chilling at home, like I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna go tinker, because I've always been a tinkerer. Mm-hmm. So like, you could always just try different parts and put them together, see if it helps the efficiency or help make it go better and faster.
Well, I feel like that's another thing is you put something together and then you're like, all right, well, now I need to go try it. Now I need to go try this out in the field.
It's literally like hours of building and then like 30 minutes of testing it. And like, oh, it works good.
I'm surprised like you're not an engineer.
I am too, but I don't think I am too.
I would say
I'll just stick with toy pistols.
That just sounds like such like an engineer. Like, yeah, just put it together, and then I just want to keep breaking it apart, and then I got to go test it, and then just like put it back together and see how I can improve it.
Once you learn like the mechanics of it, it's really cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah,
because like a lot of the rifles are like battery powered or spring or gas, or there's like a lot of different systems. So
I say, do you have to have it? Is there like a rule when you go out and play? Like they all have to be gas or all have to be battery or
no?
It's just the FPS.
Whatever you think is like, of course, just like. I'm a Ford guy. I'm a Dodge guy.
Gotcha. So it's like you just like whatever
best.
You want.
Yeah. Gotcha. It's like whatever you prefer is what you think is best.
Gotcha.
Or like in my case, I have an illness. I have all.
Yeah, because you got to try them out.
Yeah, I just have all.
I was also confused. I was confused for a second when you said I have an illness. I'm like, oh, is there like a preference? Like, all right, like I can only use gas because of this. I was like, all right.
I have an illness that allows me to only use electricity.
Yeah, the gas is actually just propane. You could use propane.
Okay.
Nice and cheap.
Interesting. Interesting. And then this has led to you're kind of popular on TikTok as well, you were telling me.
I guess it just kind of took off. Yeah.
So what's the handle? Plug the handle real quick.
Gino.airsoft. If you want to check it out. But
there you go.
It's kind of sad, but like I have a coworker, and she's a makeup artist, and she's always posting TikToks on her work and stuff, and I'm just like, I just recently finished like a YouTube channel of like one of those make millions in a second thing, and I was like, And I wrote on her too hard, but I was like, why are you posting all your work on TikTok? Are you monetizing it? Like, are you getting money from TikTok? You're doing all that work. And she's like, no, I just enjoy it. Da, da, da. Dude, 2 weeks later, I started an airsoft TikTok, and it blew up, and I was addicted to it. I was like, look,
that's all you want to do.
Threw it right back at me, and I was like, okay, I get it.
Fair. My bad.
Yeah, once you see those numbers and those reactions, the likes, you're like, oh shit, this is this is apparently popular.
And in a way, it was like validating for me too, because I'd be like, okay, bye, babe, I'm gonna go play toy pistols. For 5 hours. She's like, what are you doing?
Now this makes you feel a little bit. Hey, you know
like,
what?
Look, it's kind of validating.
I got numbers that people want to see this.
Yeah, anyone that's hassling for you over you about it, it's like, hey, look at the TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I would sometimes even leave things we were doing because I had to go make gun sales and stuff, and they're like, what the hell's going on?
Arms dealer.
Arms dealer for sure. Do you make them like show up in like a sketchy part of town and just like, hey, just walk up, leave the money over there, and
leave me in the back of Senate.
Always wearing sunglasses and stuff.
Show up in a blacked out like limo,
making shady deals.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of knock on your head.
I didn't hear it.
You pop that trunk open and there's just a black case. Like, yeah, I got the goods.
Yeah, what up,
dude? There's everything, cases, everything.
Yeah,
it is an interesting world that I got introduced to, and then just dove deep.
Dove right into.
Dove deep. There's like professional teams out there. There's a lot of there's competition, but yeah, it was fun.
But it sounds like you've maxed out. Like you're like this is wrapping up for you.
Yeah, I was like super into it, and then like I had
like you've reached your peak of doing it.
Until next winter.
It was weird. Like it was to a point where like I had a few pistols where just the grip themselves were worth $300 plus. Just the grip, the part you hold, where it's like
because of like the hydro dip or the stickers or whatever.
These ones were aluminum and like shiny and red and fancy and metal and stuff. And I was like, and then once I sold them instantly. Cause I was like, it's like if someone wants to pay me $300-400 for this grip, like you could just have it.
Yeah.
Like performance wise.
Hold on. If someone wants to test. You're saying like you can have
someone
it like
bought the grip.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were gonna say like, oh, if you want to pay that much, you can just have it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, cause like you want it more than me. I'm like, whoa.
It's like, whoa, you.
That's not how business works.
Right.
Yeah, that's a bad deal.
Yeah.
Because once I got the stuff that I thought I wanted, I was like, I didn't really want it because performance wise, it shoots a little better than just the $180 gun I started with. Yeah. It's just like clout.
No, you more so probably just wanted to just be like, I like to like just build up a new like gun and it have like
it was about like
cool.
Oh, let me get the best parts. And then once I had it all, I was like, all right, I'm all like, all right, I get it.
Yeah, once you film the TikTok, you're done with it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like Legos to me. Like I get Legos and like I want to build, like I build them and then I build them. I'm like, all right, cool. I don't care anything.
Yeah,
about
then
these.
you're like, all right. That was the fun part. I don't want to take it apart and put it back together again.
I'm not going to play with it.
I'm just content with it.
Yeah.
I never got into it. My brother got into that. That's good. That's good business, too.
That, again, feels like what you would be into. Is just building up, like,
That'd be sweet. He got really into, like, those Star Wars ones.
Okay.
They're, like, what, $100 to $200, like...
You can get some expensive sets. They go
business.
$300 easily.
Damn.
You get the whole Death Star or Millennium Falcon set. It's a big deal.
Got into the wrong hobbies.
Yeah, you can make. There's money out there to be spent.
Yeah,
sure.
It is just people are like instantly. If you're into anything, you're instantly labeled a nerd. But like we're all nerds in our own way.
Yeah,
we should have had you on. Cool. We talked about niche interest last week.
Who?
Niche interest.
Like
this
you're
is a
perfect
niche. Yeah,
for it.
exactly.
Dude, so many.
Yeah.
Me and Sean have like none.
Yeah, we were sitting there like, I have no idea.
What?
And then here's Mr. Niche interest.
Well, it's like it surprised me when people are like, I'm bored over quarantine and stuff. Well, I'm like, there's so many things I'm interested in and I want to learn, like guitar or anything, like instruments. Like there's so much we could do in our life.
A lot of it does cost money though.
Yeah.
Like guitar, like you had to buy a guitar.
It does cost money and commitment. That's the thing too. You can easily look at something and think, all right, even if you spend the money to buy a guitar or something, you then still have to kind of spend the money to kind of figure out and the time and effort to learn it and get your fingers, toughened up to play it.
That's true, but there's something about that hunger too. Like I feel like people that are hungry, whether physically or like metaphorically, like give them a drive to want to do that thing. Like if playing guitar is high on your priority list, like you're gonna find a way to get your hands on a guitar and practice.
True.
Yeah,
or like same in life. Like a lot of successful people, right, are coming from hungry backgrounds. Or like me, I was super fortunate. My parents worked hard to get us over here. We grew up in everything. And like I'll be honest, I took everything for granted. I had everything given to me. from Livonia. Like in Livonia, my parents were always saying like, "Oh, you're taking this for granted. You don't know where you came from." And I was like, "Nah." Until like I was older, until I was an adult, and you had to start buying your own stuff and paying rent. You're like, "Oh my gosh, I took everything for granted. This took hard work." To get. Like you just gotta stay hungry. We talked about that training the other day, where like I was talking to my buddy Joe. He's our black belt in the class, but he's like in the last tournament he got 3 golds, and he's like, I studied a lot with just mental toughness, and just like a lot of it is just staying hungry, remembering where you come from. And we talked about ego. We talked about ego a lot. He's like, my ego is I don't want to fail you guys, and I don't want to lose. And like with me too, he's like, we started talking about my ego. Like I always like being the jokey, happy-go-lucky guy, but like I get tapped so much in class where like
starts getting frustrating.
It does, but when I get tapped, I'll like start instantly laughing, like, "Ha, you got me!" But he's like, right, where he's like, your ego is the opposite. He's like, your ego is you make a joke out of it, so it doesn't seem like a big deal.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's like, it's a defense mechanism, and I was like, it is, dude. I didn't realize that, because once I get in the car, I'm like, damn,
yeah, you're
like,
pissed.
Oh, I wish I didn't get triangled like 10 times, but like, it's every day I'm in class, it's like self-awakening. It's like I'm just always growing. Like a lot of people can take a martial art for 20 years and never compete. Like it's just
they're just doing it for like exercise and just like
that's your medal. Your medal is becoming a better person, a healthier person. Maybe you become a better husband, son, brother, whatever. Like you don't need a physical medal for that. It's all just in your head. If you're happy with it, then what's the competition? What is a medal anyways? You're just gonna put it in your drawer. Like no one gives a shit.
At most, you put it in a frame and hang it on your wall.
If I win on the 8th, I'm not going to come back like wearing it or anything.
I said there's only like a couple medals you can get that are like, all right, I'm gonna like actually display this, and that's like an Olympic gold medal,
right?
Yeah. Or like in like a professional tournament,
right?
Yeah, like that you carry around and show
exactly.
off.
Everything else is like, all right, yeah, whatever.
Right. Yeah,
that's it.
And even if you do, you look kind of like a tool.
Oh yeah.
Gosh, absolutely. All right, well,
sweet.
With all that said, I think it's time to get into some hot toppings.
Let's go.
So let's go ahead and jump
Eric's
into
like, we're
that.
way behind schedule.
We're actually doing fine. We're doing fine.
Nice.
We're like right on time. So the first,
There you go.
the first hot topping we have comes from Reddit. It is a "Am I the Asshole" story. So I love these because they're sometimes very interesting. And this is a issue that was happening at this lady's work. So I'm going to read it. This is a female. So here's what she had to write. My whole life, I've been eating potatoes by microwaving them, then biting into them, eating them hot dog style. This is the easiest, most convenient, and intuitive way for me to eat potatoes, whether it's sweet potatoes or regular.
What?
She says, I think this is how people in Japan eat them, or at least this is how I was taught by my Japanese parents to eat them. Whenever I go to a grocery store, I always pick out the most biteable potatoes.
What?
So I work in an office of about 30 people. We all typically bring our own lunch, and I usually eat at my desk while doing work. No one has ever commented about how I eat potatoes, but I do eat them quite frequently. Recently, a new person was hired, and she clearly has a problem with the way I eat potatoes. A couple times, she pulled me aside and asked me that I just eat potatoes, I should eat potatoes in a more normal way. I asked her what she meant, and she says I was eating potatoes too suggestively.
Is she deep throwing these potatoes?
I was a little shocked because I literally just have my eyes glued to my screen whenever I'm eating and barely pay attention to how I eat. I told her no one else seemed to have a problem with the way I eat potatoes, but she insisted others were just too polite to say anything. I asked a few other coworkers who all were just as confused as me. I figured no one else really had a problem with it, but this happened multiple times. She kept coming to me and asking me to tone down the way I eat, even accusing me of going out of my way to choose sexy potatoes.
Is she choosing like long, like skinny potatoes?
The most biteable potatoes. She says, I've considered bringing them other ways, but this is just the easiest way for me to eat them, and they're honestly delicious like this to me. I asked her to maybe just not watch me eat, but apparently that's not feasible. She's reported me to HR, and we have a meeting next week.
Oh, that's stupid.
This seems dumb to me, but am I the asshole for eating sexy potatoes?
I don't think she's the asshole. The other girl's the asshole, but she definitely is a weirdo.
It's definitely weird.
I
Gino,
think
what do
they're
you
both being immature. I mean, it's an easy solution too, like just slice the potatoes or something.
But
first.
okay, but on that note, if like I again, the way she's eating it's so weird to me. But like I don't know, if you eat potatoes that way, it's like
Who are you?
Yeah, like that doesn't matter.
True.
Like the girl who's getting so upset about it, like she probably
Stop
is
watching
like
me.
she to her when she said like, oh, everyone has like said something. She probably has talked to people and they're like, yeah, I don't know, it's really fucking weird. But like I don't think anyone has an issue with it. It's more so like, yeah, that's like a weird way to eat a potato.
Yeah, it's like that's
also
a weird
why
way.
you have a potato every day, like one potato.
She's a weirdo too.
yeah, no, she's absolutely weird.
I want to hear the perspective of the person watching.
Yeah.
Like, what is she doing to this potato?
I want to see the potato too because I've never seen a potato that is like
That's sexy.
phallic enough to be
Right.
like this is
Never. Maybe a sweet potato or a
maybe
parsnip.
I don't. Well, parsnip's like a carrot.
Dude, if she's doing sexual innuendo
If she's sitting there
to
like,
a potato, that thing is thick.
That's what I'm saying. Is like I don't know what kind of like
That
potato.
thing is thick.
Yeah.
Imagine what she's doing in the bedroom.
Right.
Crazy.
Oh, I would not please her at all. It was not even close.
If she needs a potato,
If she's gobbling potatoes for lunch, that's just her appetizer.
that ain't me.
Don't come see me.
When she said biteable potato, what was like what did you think of? Because when she said biteable potato, I'm like I have no idea what that even means.
I only have one image of a potato, and they're big.
Right?
the
They're
size
like
of
Yeah.
and they're like stumpy.
I think
Like-
she's just trying to find like the longest ones you can get.
But it has for it to be like
Tallest.
for it to be like sexual, it have to be like kind of phallic, right? It has to be
Yeah.
like kind of like skinnier or at least not like usually potatoes are like small and they get like a little bit bigger, right?
Yeah. But she's getting after this potato at her desk.
And is she like sitting there just like
She is wild. She's very comfortable. For me, I am one of those like socially awkward. Like when if I'm in the office and I'm the only person eating lunch, like I will take my food and find like another place to eat. Because like I feel like everyone's hearing me crunch and chew
Yeah,
and
it's
swallow. Like I don't.
awkward.
Yeah, when I'm sure no one even hears it, but I
no
don't
one cares.
like it.
Also,
Right.
I feel like if as soon as someone mentioned anything about like, hey, you eat that kind of weird, I'd be like, all right, I'm never eating this again. Like that would just be my initial thought. I'd be like, I'm never doing that again.
Oh, she's like, oh,
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What? Yeah. I stuffed the whole potato in my mouth.
But she's just locked in. There's no change in her. She's eating this potato bite by bite. There's no fork or knife necessary. She's not cutting it. She's not doing any of that.
How does she not
has
put
to
any
eat
like
it.
seasoning or anything on it? So it's just you just put a potato in the microwave, heat it up, and you're just eating it like an apple. She said like a hot dog, but
True. That's a good point. We're skipping a major.
yeah, like you're not
step
doing
there.
butter, salt, pepper, sour cream,
Very
anything
odd.
on there.
No, just plain potato. That's why
the
she
Japanese
likes it.
are wild. That is. A,
Yeah, we need
interesting
to ask like a
technique.
Japanese person. Like,
Yes.
is this how you guys eat potatoes? I've never. I worked at a Japanese company. I never saw a single person.
Are Japanese potatoes smaller?
Ooh, maybe it's mini potatoes?
Maybe, but then how is that sexual too? Aren't you just popping them then?
Well, if you put two potatoes in your mouth.
She's got like a little chipmunk going here.
It's like the start
That
of
is
a
interesting.
joke.
But it's not like she goes to a Japanese Hillers or something.
I none of this makes any. I think the other girl's the asshole.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
like
for
you are weird.
She's
This
being a
is-
Karen.
Yeah.
It's a very weird squabble in the office
yeah.
that this is going to HR and HR has to like sit there and listen and be
I
like,
would love
"What's
to be
going
the
on?
HR person sitting there and be like, okay, so
What's
so
happening here?"
you don't like how she's eating potatoes, and she's like, no, very sexual. And then they like show the girl eating it. She goes, you eat potatoes like that?
Right. They should both get written up.
Right? Yeah, they should. They're both at fault.
Right.
Yeah. We're like both. It's like, just what are you doing here? Sexy potatoes? You're eating it in a sexual way? That's the HR complaint? What am I dealing with?
That post should have some sort of GIF or GIF.
Right? Yeah, like show
file or
something of like
some
how
sort of
are you
evidence.
eating the potatoes?
She did add like an updated like comment and was like, I'm not going to post a video of me eating potatoes.
Well, because
She's
there's
like,
probably
that's
some horny
weird.
people on there. But I do think it tells you a lot about like, all right, like, are you actually doing something like if she's sitting there and just being like, and just biting it?
Yeah.
That's sexual.
I'm turned on.
Yes, you're welcome.
Maybe that's the issue with the coworkers. They just can't help but look and just stare and be
But
like,
this is
damn.
this is a girl saying it
turning
to
me
a
on.
girl, but it's also I'm
Right.
assuming a phallic like kind of thing. So like
Yeah.
she wouldn't be turned on by that unless she's turned on by watching other people
I don't know. It's hard to
simulate
understand with a
sucking dick.
potato.
Yeah, right.
I don't get it.
She's like licking like a peach or something.
There's a lot of phallic vegetables, but a potato is not one.
I could like if she was sitting there like, oh, you eat a banana really weird. Oh, what? It's weird to put the whole thing in my mouth.
Yeah. And then pull it back
And then
out.
pull it back out and then put it back in.
What's weird about that?
I do that until it's a tiny little banana.
I like to just make it thinner and thinner.
Yeah. I like to just suck on the banana until it's a super thin banana. I don't.
Oh my God.
That's how the Japanese do it. I don't know why.
That's my culture.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
I
That's
don't know
how
why
I was
that's
taught.
weird.
We've been doing this for 2,000 years.
Yeah. You're the weird one. Will you just bite it? Guys probably hate you.
That's crazy, but this is how I'm eating my bananas.
Also, a microwave potato.
She's
That's a solid lunch.
the way. No, the way she's eating the potato in general is like odd enough. A microwave potato, no seasoning, anything. Out of here.
Yeah, that's the issue.
That is an
That's
issue.
the complaint the other lady has. Is like, you're not even gonna season that potato.
Seriously.
Just
Yeah,
eating
I don't
it like
know
an
what the
apple.
solution is.
Yeah.
Right. What is the solution there?
No potatoes in the
She's just not
office.
allowed to eat potatoes at work.
Just don't. They have to put up a tent for her to specifically eat these potatoes.
Can you put up your potato eating tent?
It's the only thing. That's the only way this would work. But yeah, so I don't think she's the asshole.
I don't think she's the asshole. She's definitely weird though.
The coworker's the asshole for taking it all the way to HR.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
People think they have a say with other people's lives
Yeah.
all the time. Like, dude, that lady eating the potato doesn't affect your life or your family's life at all. Like, so you eat the potato and go on with your day.
Yeah.
You're at work.
Yeah, you're all right.
Unless they're actually they are actually doing something to you. I don't understand why you'd ever go to HR.
This everyone complaining in these times now too.
I couldn't work in HR.
No.
I'd hear these complaints and be like, no.
There's
That's
a dude.
nothing.
There's a dude in my office who just slept. Literally, I had just slept constantly, and the only thing I did was take pictures because I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, this dude's just sitting here, like he legit passed out. Just
That's funny.
I was like, man,
just
coming
not
in.
enough.
Dude, he came in and just passed out right
But that
away.
didn't affect you.
It didn't affect me. I just laughed.
You're not going to HR like,
No.
hey, dude, Steve's passed out again.
Nope, just sent a Snapchat and said, dude's passed out again.
Yeah.
Third
LOL.
time today. Right.
LOL.
Comes in, passes out.
How does he do it?
It is wild. It is just a reflection on society.
Yeah.
Same thing that we talked about earlier, Facebook or whatever. Just people complaining on things they have no control over.
Exactly.
And your comments make no difference at all.
Mm-hmm.
At all. You're not wearing a mask. I'm a good person because I'm wearing one and you're not. So I could tell you what to do. Like, no, you can't, dude.
If you ever think that you can change anyone's opinion on social media, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. You cannot. But that gets us to our next hot topic.
Really?
Where speaking of social media, which you use a laptop to access,
Hold on. Okay.
a burglar gets 6 years in prison after breaking into a home and downloading pornography on the person's laptop.
What a
Where's
weird
the
move.
crime here?
So,
breaking into a home.
breaking in.
Yes.
breaking and entering is the crime, but you're going to hear the other crime that occurred here. A 22-year-old burglar has pleaded guilty and has been sentenced to more than 6 years in prison after he broke into the house of 3 female students and used a laptop to download pornography. Download pornography.
Swedish pornography.
And commit a sex act.
Oh, so he broke in to jerk off.
He finished.
He also helped himself to some refreshments while he was there.
Was it potato porn?
Yeah.
This
Yeah. He watched this girl on Am I the Asshole just eat a potato.
Yeah.
Deep throating a potato.
Yeah.
Jonathan Jose Ruiz broke into the house in the city of Orange in California.
The city of Orange?
The city of Orange, that's what it
Very
says.
American Spanish name at the same time.
It's Florida.
Jonathan Jose
It's California.
Yeah, right.
Ruiz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Downloaded porn onto one of the laptops and then left his man stuff on it.
Also, has he ever watched a crime show? You don't leave semen. That's the first thing they check for.
Yeah, that's like that's pretty locked in with your DNA.
Yeah.
So
Did he make it out the house? Did it catch him like red-handed or
Yes.
White-handed?
white-handed?
So
He's Mexican.
he was arrested on the evening of October 4th back in 2018 when police said he broke into the home, sifted through the underwear belonging to the residents, and left semen on the computer that he used to...
On the computer?
Yeah, on the computer.
Was this in a college city?
I don't know. Orange
Well,
College, maybe.
I don't know. I'm just wondering. This almost seems like a frat like hazing thing. Like, hey,
That he has to do it?
Yeah, like, hey, break into this sorority house and jack off.
Dude, I don't know. That's too extreme.
But what about this part? He also helped himself to milk and cookies while he was there.
He is a weird kind of Santa.
Yeah, that's a weird. You're leaving the wrong kind of gift.
Yeah.
For everyone to be.
That's insane. But the hazing thing is a good excuse too. Remember, like the foot sniffer they found in like Michigan and Michigan.
Oh, he
State?
said he was a hazer.
He's
said
like,
he was being hazed?
it's just for my not sorority. What is it? Fraternity.
Yeah.
Like got a lot of pictures of people's feet.
Wasn't he doing it
sniffing
for
their
like
feet.
3 years though?
Yeah.
Hazings I don't think last that long.
No, they do not.
You're 40.
Yeah, you don't even go here.
Well, it's just one of those long-term hazings.
What is
Man,
that
they
from,
keep telling me.
What is that from Benchwarmers where they had that guy like he's like, yeah, I'm 14. He's like smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, he had the
Your birth certificate's written in crayon.
yeah. I am 12.
He's smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
I'm 12.
So one of the ways they were able, when you get DNA, you have to match it. So you have to be in the system for that DNA match to occur.
He donated sperm.
The reason they were able to track down Jonathan was because it was already on file since he was convicted of vandalizing the toilets at El Modena High School in Orange back in 2017.
Wait, he was jerking off at school?
Vandalizing the toilets.
Is that what the vandalizing is?
Maybe, but like...
Because how do you have...
in the high school?
I'm assuming... Well, he was 22, so that he was
he
probably...
somehow left his DNA.
Oh, no, wait. That was in 2017, so he was 21 and going back to high school.
That's super creepy.
Yeah, so...
That's super creepy.
Well, it was 2017 when he was convicted of that.
Oh, so he might have been a
might have
senior
been in high school when he did it.
High school prank.
But
All right,
either way, he did it. He would...
All right, let me be your lawyer. This was a senior prank, and then this was a hazing thing.
You've left your DNA on some toilets in your high school.
If you were really committing a crime, would you leave your DNA?
This guy, that's his calling card, apparently.
I'm saying that would be, if I was the lawyer, that would be my defense.
Do you leave DNA every time you use a toilet?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Like, wouldn't you? With number
I feel
one
like
or
you
number
would,
two?
right? Yeah.
That's your...
Like, there's at least splatter that comes out, and could you trace that back? If someone leaves...
I don't think so. I don't think that would be strong enough.
Can you trace
I think
back
it would
like
have
a
to be
shit
like
sample?
a solid piece.
Can you
Yeah.
trace back like a shit
No
sample?
diarrhea?
A shit sample?
Maybe a stool sample, possibly.
Can you? To like that's a
Stool?
person?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Like if someone
Possibly.
found your poop, they'd be like, this
At
is
a
Eric.
crime scene.
A DNA
Yeah.
expert, please contact
Dude,
us
I'm
immediately.
sure that came from your organs.
Right? So it should have some DNA like from your insides.
I get it has
Possible.
to be.
I don't know.
Maybe
But
not
you never
your
hear
end.
but you also never hear about someone being like identified. I mean, maybe because people aren't shitting, but you never hear like someone like, oh, we identified them.
Oh.
They left, they shat.
They steamrollered the dead body.
Yeah. It's the poo poo bandit. They just take a shit on the person right before they
Dude, do
leave.
you
Your
remember the
signature
poo poo bandit?
I remember the Poo Poo Bandit, yeah.
Oh my god, have you
Poo
talked
Poo
about
Pirate,
it?
the
The
Poo
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 poo pirate.
Pirate, yeah.
You talked about it on the
It
show.
has been talked about.
Who talked about it? Was
Tyler.
it oh,
way
Tyler
back,
did? Okay.
Oh
way
my
back in like
God.
episode
So
19,
funny.
the Poo Poo Pirate that struck Churchill High School for several
I felt bad.
tumultuous months.
We all thought it was Rufus.
Well,
Just kid Rufus.
so they obviously so then you can't trace DNA because they would have found him.
Yeah, or well, they just did not
Oh.
put the effort in to finding the Poo Poo Pirate.
Maybe not.
That was
Who
striking
knows?
Churchill High School.
Oh yeah, let's take a sample off the gym wall.
Oh, disgusting.
Where, like what?
Yikes.
True. Where would you put that? What database would you run that through? It's not NCIS. Like,
Yeah, I'm not convinced that there's Poo Poo DNA.
But don't you
there
think there's
might be
DNA in there?
it.
Yeah, exactly. So if you have a DNA sample, can you trace
But would you match
DNA
it?
off that? Are you searching it?
No, I'm not searching.
You go to the next hot topic. I'm gonna search real quick.
Those would be some weird Google images.
Yeah, I'm not doing images. That's
Yeah, you don't want image search, but yeah, can you find DNA through the Poo Poo?
Is there
I'm
DNA?
guessing no.
in poop.
I watched
guessing no.
NCIS and I haven't seen an episode like that.
So DNA is contained in blood, semen, skin cells, tissue, organs, muscle, brain cells, bone, teeth, hair, saliva, mucus, perspiration, fingernails, urine, feces, etc. So yeah,
Okay.
so there is.
All right, that was a long way to get to yes.
Yeah.
But thanks.
So, but urine and feces. So yes, if
Okay.
you pee or poop at a crime scene, you can be found.
you will be convicted to the fullest extent of the law.
It's just weird that you don't hear
But
more
no, I
about
think-
like a poo crime.
well, because I think they have to have a decent amount of it.
I used to work at Burger
You
King
know?
and poo crimes
Okay,
were
where's this
committed every day. And I'm telling you, the women's bathroom is one of the filthiest places you will
I've
ever.
heard that multiple
Dude,
times.
I'm talking about
Oh.
poop like almost up to the ceiling of splatter. Like,
oh my God.
insane. I've seen many crime scenes with poop related.
Do you think it's like because
DNA
girls feel
Burger
like
King,
they
baby.
can't like poop around people, so like for so long they're trying to hold it, and then they get to the bathroom and they just can't hold it anymore, and then
they'll go someplace public.
I don't know how you get on the ceiling. I don't know how you ever get poop on the ceiling unless you're purposely trying that.
Yeah.
Just horrible diarrhea.
Are you doing a cartwheel and then halfway through just?
Yeah, I've met a lot of women that say they refuse to like go number 2 at work and everything.
Yeah, that's
and
what they
do,
say,
like,
but
they'll
clearly
lift up
there's
their-
some-
There's a
someone
lot
who
of girls
is.
that are just like weird about poop.
Yeah,
But that's what I'm
They'll
saying.
be like, "Oh, I'll hold it for like 2 days."
Yes.
Like, what are you talking
That's
about?
insane. Also,
What are you talking
but they
about?
say that. But then
That's
there's
not a
people. Then
thing.
there's people destroying the bathroom. So obviously, that's what
You're
I'm saying. Is
finding
like
somewhere to
at
release.
some point, someone is, and maybe it's just they get to the point where something happens and they just unleash
Yeah.
in there.
I
True.
understand.
A
being-
Burger King bathroom would be a place I wouldn't care either. Maybe they left work.
Dude, that's
to
what
let that
sucks too. If you
beast
got to be
unleash.
cleaning the Burger King bathroom because people are. Yeah, it's like I don't give a shit how I leave this.
It was
disaster
rough,
scene.
dude. One time, this guy, we called him Frodo because he looked like Frodo, but like 40 pounds overweight. He put his hand. He was changing the trash in the main dining room. Put his hand in, pulled it out. When his arm popped up, there was a syringe in his like forearm stuck. Stuck in his forearm. He's like, "Oh my God!" And we're like, "Frodo, there's a syringe in your arm."
You have AIDS.
Well, you got tested and everything. It ended up just being like we have a lot of older people that come in. It was like a diabetes, like insulin
Gotcha.
thing, but he got tested.
Still, you don't
Everything was
want
fine.
to. Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't
it
want to
was-
deal with that.
We thought he was gonna like pass.
Yeah, it's like, oh, rip.
Like yeah,
all-
someone just threw their heroin needle away.
Start planning
It
your
was
funeral
crazy.
now.
Because it was like one of those things where I was like, all right, go
Oh
change
my
the trash. It's the
God.
end of the night. And he's like, all right.
Yeah.
Like you don't even notice someone changes the trash until he pulled his arm up. It was like, there's a syringe in my arm.
Oh.
That's also such a crazy thing. Just
God.
put your arm in and you don't realize it, and then just go, I got a syringe in here.
Dude.
There's a syringe in me.
Also, low key, working at Burger King in high school was actually super dope. Like all the people I worked with were really chill.
Uh-huh.
Like I used to bring my keyboard to work, and my managers would make me like play like Tupac changes, like while people were at the window. I'd be like, guess the song. Like everyone was super chill. They all bought weed off me. Dude, like we would do things too, where like Frodo would do stuff like we would do crazy shit. This is the one on Northville, right by St. John's Golf Range. But like Frodo, we would do challenges like we would fill up a king size cup of coffee creamers, the little things. Fill up a king size cup and like give him $5 to drink it. He'd do it every time and throw up.
Oh, of course.
Every time, dude. My managers were sick. One time, a manager picked me up for work because my car was broken down. We found a dead raccoon on the road. We picked it up with the garbage bag and we put it on Frodo's yellow Focus, and he parked right by the drive-thru. There was like there was lawless. And then we'd be like, Frodo, go to your car, da da da. And there was a dead raccoon right on his front windshield. It was insane, and that was my manager's idea.
Sounds like Frodo just got hazed.
That's
Dude,
good.
all the time.
Good leadership.
All the
Wow.
time. It was actually a lot more fun than I thought it would be.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds like something.
Anyways, burglars.
Burglars.
Anyways, don't leave your DNA at the scene so far.
Which can be in
Crime.
poop or pee.
Yeah. All right.
That is crazy. So he did get charged, though?
He did get charged. He's going to jail for 6 years.
I mean, I'm just glad the girls are okay, too.
Yeah.
Were they home?
No, they were not home.
Okay, that makes sense.
He did kind of like rifle through their stuff and stole some of their underwear and
I
whatnot.
say it's pretty crazy that he did all that, and then if they were home and didn't,
Yeah.
They just didn't
do
notice.
something else.
I also think it's a crazy world to be a woman. Like, just in general. Like, we're kind of lucky, like, we're dudes, but could you imagine, like, every date we go on, if a woman could, at any second, just take us and, like, shove us in the car and just take and do whatever. You know, like, I feel like a woman is so vulnerable all the time. Like,
You got to be careful out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like how you switch it from like we put a dead raccoon on Frodo's car to like
I'm all over the place.
women gotta watch out.
All over the place, yeah. Hey, if you're a guy, hey, here's a raccoon on your car. No big deal. But hey, if you're a girl, like it sucks to be a girl.
But like I say that because I heard like on the SEAL team and stuff, like they're starting to allow women on the SEAL team and they're changing the standards.
They
and
didn't
everything.
allow women before?
I don't think so. I'm not in like the special ops or something, but like the guy that was talking was like, all right, to be honest, like the way I was raised, if there was a woman on my squad, I would care about her life and her safety more than everyone else, even though she's supposed to be able to carry her own.
Yeah.
If we got in a
You still
gunfight,
think about it a
yeah,
little bit
he was
more.
like, I'm worried about her the most, and it's like that makes sense.
But in some cases,
Because also he's like, I'm trying to bang her.
But in some cases, also that's also like,
I wanted to know.
That's like a you issue, not a her issue. So like that's like you gotta figure that out. If she wants to be there,
true.
like you gotta figure that out then.
I guess.
Also, it's probably also like a little more dangerous too, because like if you're the bad guys and you're like, do we kill the girl or do we take her hostage? Maybe things get worse for her. All right.
What would you do? Would you rather kill her or take
Yeah.
her?
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. All right.
Not going more into that. The implication there. All right. We have one more hot topping.
Man, this is my fault. I am all over the place. All the time.
All over the place.
All the
I
time.
just like I said, the one you just went from dead raccoon to man, girls have it tough.
Man, also, like, I just want to talk real serious for a second.
On a side note, you should watch Promising Young Woman. Great movie. But it's like
good things.
Yeah, so it's like this girl who she basically is like trying to teach guys who try to take advantage of like girls who are like drunk at a bar. So like she'll fake drunk and she'll go home with them.
This is a documentary?
No. So it's a movie.
Oh.
But she'll like fake drunk, she'll go home with them and then like wait to see what they try to do, and then if they try to like bang her or whatever, then she'll like try to teach them a lesson. But then there's more stuff that goes on.
Like by murdering them?
It's kind of what you think, but then it doesn't happen that way.
Yeah.
But it's a great movie. It goes like twists and turns that you don't really expect. Kind of funny. Fantastic movie.
Interesting.
It's got Bo Burnham in it. He's like one of the leads.
Is it a revenge type story?
Yeah.
There's something about revenge that in the human storyline, like we all love this kind of story.
Well, but like I said, it's
Told you
also
so. Revenge.
So it's like a revenge story,
Yeah.
but it's also
Yeah.
sort of like a thriller, but sort of like a rom-com in a sense. Like
I
there's
love a rom-com.
Yeah, it goes back and forth, but it's a very good movie.
Dude, we used to designate.
Watch it.
We used to designate every Sunday to rom-com Sunday.
Really?
Like, we would get together with our friends and just strictly watch rom-coms.
What's the favorite one? We should have done a pizza podium of rom-com.
What is that?
Say that for next time.
I'm gonna butcher the title. A Sig. Oh, crap! I forget what. Like this lady marries this Indian guy.
The Big Sick?
The Big Sick.
Oh yeah,
With
okay,
Kumail
yeah.
Nanjiani. That's
Yes.
a great movie.
Oh my
That's a good
god,
movie.
so good! I need to rewatch it because I forget everything. But I remember when I finished
Yes.
it, I was like, that was probably one of the best things I've ever.
No, that's a really
seen.
good movie. Yeah.
Oh, that's Camille.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kumail Nanjiani.
That freaking Jack guy now.
Now, yeah.
Yeah, because he's in a Marvel
He's
movie
in Marvel
now, so
movies.
he's jacked up.
Yeah, he's hilarious, and he's also being really sneaky. I mean, he
Yeah,
looks
he's
good.
funny.
Good for him. He's healthy and he's jacked. But like,
That movie was actually like kind of loosely based on his life.
Oh,
right?
really?
That's what stuck with me the most because in the end, in the credits, they showed him.
Yeah, him and his actual wife.
actual wife, and how they met. It was
Yeah, and
based
how they
off
like
it.
kind of actually went
nice.
through that. Sean, what's your favorite romantic comedy?
So this isn't the favorite, but this is a good one.
Uh-huh.
It's called The Two-Night Stand. It's Miles Teller and some girl. I can't remember who she is. She's not like a famous actress, but like she's kind of recognizable.
Quality.
But
Sean.
so he goes and hooks up with her,
Yeah.
and then it's a blizzard or something. So like he gets trapped in
he's
her
stuck with her,
apartment,
okay.
and then like they kind of fall for each other, and then it turns out that he has a girlfriend. Yeah, right. But then he's
That's your
like,
problem right there.
we were gonna break up, and then they end
Yeah.
up whatever.
But still,
It's a good movie though. It's
sketchy.
funny.
Dang. And to talk back about the Camille guy. Hey, if you're gonna juice up, like, just be open with it. Like,
He said, so he posted this picture. He's like super like muscular. He said
he looks great.
he came out
looks
and
great.
literally said, "Guys, do not look at this like this is
Yeah.
an achievable body form."
No, what it
Because
is that
you have to
Marvel's
have-
paying you to get jacked. So
Right,
your
yeah.
job is now to get jacked.
And they're paying for the people to
To-
take you, go
Exactly.
to the gym, to like train you, the
Nutritionist,
nutrition,
all that
the
stuff,
diet.
yeah.
They're paying for all of that.
Yeah.
He says this is literally not sustainable.
no,
right.
he's
but
doing it for the movies.
It's obvious
And it's
that
like, well, you
he's
look great.
on. Yeah, it's obvious that he's on like steroids.
You think so?
For sure. Steroids is always look at traps, look at their neck. It's the first thing to grow.
Okay.
Dude, he looks jacked. He
He
looks
is
great.
jacked. No, he's jacked as
I
fuck.
appreciate it. I
Yeah.
don't care if you're on steroids or not. But if you are, like, he said he isn't. But like, if you are, like,
Yeah.
just say you are.
Do you think steroids should be allowed in pro sports? I do.
Yes.
Why not? Right? Like I think you just might as well.
I think
Especially in
it's just,
baseball.
Dude,
it's
there's
just
a-
like the dangerous of like if you let people go down that like
Is it though?
But
that road where then like all of a sudden someone like dies because of it or something. And
But-
it's like, well, why were they letting them do this?
but you're already playing a dangerous sport. You're letting concussions happen, right?
yeah,
I think what you should say is like, hey, You can take, like, we're not going to suspend you for it. You can take it at your own risk. We're not saying that you do take it.
Yeah.
But, like, you take it at your own risk.
I'd love to
That's
see
what
it.
happens.
We
I'd love
watch
to
the
see
X Games
dangerous.
every year.
And the
Are they
X
on
Games.
Those guys are going 40 feet in the air doing triple backflips.
Yeah.
On
Probably high
on
out
a
of their mind, too.
refrigerator.
You can't be called the X Games if you're not extreme.
It's true.
So that's that.
Everything's a risk. Even weight classes, dude. Even a weight class and going down or up in weight is a form of cheating. Like, you should fight at your weight. Why?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, those fighters drop 15, 20 pounds the morning of.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
I
Like,
don't
yes, you're
understand
the
that at
pound for
all.
pound champion at 180, but you walk around at 210. What's the point? Just fight at 210.
Yeah, just be where you're comfortable.
Right.
Sometimes you look uncomfortable.
Right. But in their
Being at
half,
your
like,
weight
yeah,
that you need to be.
everyone else is doing it. So
On that note, I think steroids specifically, you should be allowed in baseball.
most
'Cause, like,
exciting time of baseball.
exactly, and
Steroid
you're not
time, yeah.
hitting anyone, so it's not like there's like a possible, like, hey, we're causing like bigger impact to like players or whatever. It's just like you're
Yeah.
causing more home runs, and guys were doing it anyways.
And they let them take
Exactly.
that stuff anyways, just
Yeah.
not past a certain limit, right?
Exactly, the
Yeah.
micro dosing.
Exactly. My romantic comedy, by the way, would be 500 Days of Summer.
That's a good one.
That's my pick.
Oh, we probably should have asked you too.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to put your opinion out there, and no one asks for
The
it.
host never gets.
That's true. Yeah. So as the host, you just
That's
got
a
to
pro and con of a host.
That's it. But yeah, that is my pick with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Zoe Deschanel.
We're gonna mark it down now.
500 Days of Summer.
Next time
That's my
Gino's
pick.
on the pod, we're doing a pizza podium of rom-coms.
No, we already did a mini one. It's done.
Ooh.
Oh no, we just did the first picks.
I really like the Big Sick.
It's a great movie.
That's a good movie. Very good.
Wait,
Gino-
did they spell it like Big Seek, like SIKH?
No.
No, that would have been.
Then I took that racial, and I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's just straight up SICK.
Yeah, it's just normal spelling.
We'll edit that
Normal
out.
English spelling. Maybe overseas.
The
based.
Big Seek.
That
That was the bootleg version. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that would have been something.
This is a wrestling movie.
Gino, thank you so much for being on the podcast this week. We appreciate having you. You're such a fun guest.
that flew
We
by.
ask everyone if they have anything they would like to promote or recommend in addition to the Big Sick. If there's anything else you would like to.
And in addition to your
recommend.
TikTok,
Yeah.
Gino.airsoft.
No, I don't. I want to promote a Piece of My Life. It's a great podcast. It's a great program. You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you.
They're hilarious. They always make me laugh out loud. Yeah, so if you guys haven't been listening or aren't subscribed, hit the link below. Hit that notification bell
Yeah, the subscribe button.
and the subscribe button.
Like
Thanks
and
for having me,
subscribe.
guys.
Thanks, Gino.
Gino, we appreciate having you. Guys, like Gino said, you can like and subscribe on YouTube. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/A Pizza My Life. You can find us on Instagram at A Pizza My Life Pod and on Twitter at APML Pod.
Can we end it with a wacha?
All of us, ready?
Yeah, well, also hold on. Email us at apmlpod@gmail.com. And now, guys, all together, 1, 2, 3.
Brendan Fraser.